New day. It's actually so sunny today. It's 27 degrees, which we've not had like something like this in a while. I think I forgot to talk about what I read yesterday in terms of the progress in the book Show Your Work. So actually, but essentially this chapter is titled Teach What You Know. It's about basically not hoarding information, because number one, I feel like what I can take away from that is also from past experiences. If you hoard information, you're acting in a scarcity mindset, right? You don't want other people to know, or like you don't want to lose a competitive edge because you're holding. That's not the way to think of things, I don't think, because if you have a scarcity mindset, then you're naturally or subconsciously not willing to take certain risks to get to a good place that you want to get to, because you're just scared. Like, then you just become risk averse. Whereas I think in your 20s, it's good to take risks and try things and fail, because that's how we learn, and it's when we can really do it. So on the flip side, you would want to have an abundance mindset. So you'd want to be able to share everything and teach people as well on what you've learned. And that's what this book kind of talked about in this chapter, where actually teaching people is not going to lose your competitive edge. If anything, it's going to get people closer to you, because number one, you're telling people what you know, so they build trust. They obviously see you as an example of someone that's doing something really well. So if you were to able to help them, it's like it's just a nice thing to do, right? So you're getting closer to people, but also you're just generating interest in that subject, in that topic, because you really deep down you actually care about it. And if you really care about it, then you're just going to keep on doing it and you're just going to become better. Actually, there's one thing I highlighted. Teaching people doesn't subtract value from what you do, it actually adds to it. When you teach someone how to do your work, you are in effect generating more interest in your work. This is the point. People feel closer to your work because you're letting them in on what you know. I think that's the way to do it. So if you learn something along the way, always share it. Teaching people is actually just fulfilling, and it's very like team oriented, because to get to like a top or high level, you have to go in with a team. That's how you do things. You can't do the whole lone ranger thing. It doesn't work. You can get to a certain point, but you're always going to be capped. You always need support from team. I have quite a few meetings. So in the morning I've got a meeting with one of the top performers again. Then I have a meeting with someone I reached out to in the American office. So this is a very senior person. I actually reached out to him before I even joined the company. I just told him that I'm due to start, this in July or whatever. I would love to have a chat, just because I saw that he went from the position I'm in all the way up into, a VP position, a vice president position, which is pretty cool. And I thought that was quite inspiring. So I wanted to reach out to him online. I did so, and he was really kind enough to get back to me. And we scheduled a 30-minute call today. Now, when it comes to people like that, you have to have an agenda when you go speak to them, because you can't be wasting their time. I want to be able to direct the conversation. So what I'm going to do to prepare, I'm just going to list out maybe about 3 questions, some good questions to ask. Just number one, to show that I care, show that I'm enthusiastic, and show that I want to do well in the role. And I believe that due to his experiences, he can help me as well. So I think that will form a connection. Also, it's always good to connect with people across the world.
Hello.
Hello there, good morning. Can you put me through to Emma?
She's not in the office until, I believe, next week, from what I can recall. She's on annual leave at the moment.
Right,
There's no one
okay.
in the finance department at the moment. They're working from home. Can I get you to send an email?
Sure, yeah, I mean, I've dropped Emma an email already, but if she's on annual leave, that makes sense. Is Mancy then in the office? Not in the office, but is she working today?
She's working from home, from what I understand.
Oh, okay. You wouldn't be able to put me through to her instead?
Unfortunately not. It's just email that she deals with when she's working remotely, so I can give you her email address. Would that help?
I think I've already got it. Okay, no problem then. Thank you for your help. Cheers.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello there, good afternoon. Am I speaking to Dom?
Yes, who's calling, please?
Hi Dom, this is Dill. Do you have half a minute?
I have what, sorry?
Just half a minute. I know I called you out the blue here.
It depends what it's about.
Yeah, just wanted to get in contact very quickly, just to ask you, at the moment, are you considering by any chance evaluating any...
No, we're not. No, we've just brought... Thank you, though.
Oh, okay, no problem at all. So you've just implemented then?
Yeah.
in that case?
Yes, we have, yes.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, no problem. Well, thank you for the feedback. Appreciate it, Don. Take care.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Your customer profile, do you have any tips on like learning how to speak their language? Finance people are quite specific. Is there a method you went about learning how they spoke? It's a good day today. I basically had a lot of meetings in the afternoon, in the evening. I had kind of crammed in a few things. So I spoke with one of my mentors who I just met online. I messaged him. I saw that he worked at, you know, these different companies that I'm really like kind of in the field with, in tech as well, also in sales. Messaged him, formed a little bit of a relationship. This is only my second conversation with the guy, so he was really nice, very supportive, and taught me, you know, guided me through path. And I highly recommend having mentors because these people have gone through what potentially your role, so it helps because you have kind of guidance as well. So like, even if you feel like you want a second perspective, you just ask them, like they're happy to help. That you can just be like, listen, this is, I've been trying this, I've been doing this, it's not working, or this has been working, or what are your thoughts on my approach here? They're more than happy. These people have experience over you, so it's always good to learn and get mentors. Like, mentors are like one of the number one things you should do. I actually scheduled a meeting tomorrow with a top performer guy. He's based in France, he's in the French office, and he is currently the number one person in the whole of Europe. So I messaged him, he was so nice, like he just happy to help. We have a conversation scheduled in for tomorrow morning, so I'm going to speak to him, ask him some important questions. I think I want to ask him like how he structures his day, what kind of daily activities he does consistently, and also just best practices on what he believes will make someone good at the role. And also my final question would be, if you were in my position, you know, 3 weeks into this job, and knowing what you know now, he only has 1 year experience at the company, and he's been consistently delivering as well. I saw his record. Crazy. What would he do differently? You know, that's my questions. So it'll be interesting to speak with him. Only thing is, like, I've just driven up to the gym and do a cardio sesh. By the time I get home, it's gonna be a bit late, and I just feel like I don't have time to do enough work. Like, I just don't have time to do work. By the time I get home, I'll have to go to bed and sleep. So annoying, but I obviously have to read as well. So I don't know. This is the dilemma I'm having. Like, there's so many things to do, and there's so many things I want to achieve in the day, but there's so little time. Didn't spend too long in there. I only did a 20-minute incline session. Reason is, I feel like I just want to make sure I get some work done today, even though it's currently close to 9 p.m. Today, I actually also networked as well. I spoke to a guy who's very senior. He's a vice president in the Americas. I wish I had that recorded, but I was running a bit late into that meeting. But he was really nice and taught me like a few things that I should take on board for this role and stuff. So I'm very happy to have connected, because I feel like I'm getting so structured now. Like, I'm still unstructured because I don't really know what my typical day looks like. But in the grand scheme of things, like on a high level, I do know what my day looks like. It's just like, wake up early at 6 a.m, get ready, go to work, come back, hit the gym, come back, read, do some more work if I can, if I have the time. I don't have much time in between then, and then go to bed and repeat. That is like my weekdays basically. But then once I understand how to really structure it, like the fine details, I can't wait to start like smashing it. Like, that's what I'm really looking forward to. Right now it's high level, it's there, but it's not completely, the engine isn't oiled. When you know what you have to do tomorrow, when you wake up, you're excited to go smash something, you're excited to do all this, the day just goes, like, it whizzes by. I kid you not, it goes by so quickly, because you know what you want to achieve each and every day, and you know what you want to achieve by, let's say, the end of the quarter, the end of the month, the end of the year. Like, you've got these goals, and it just feels like, because I'm gamifying this whole day, right, this day in a life, I'm gamifying it, then it feels good. I think with the 9 to 5 situations, right, the worst thing you could have is if you're going through a 9 to 5, you don't have an intended outcome by a certain time, so like in 3 months or 6 months or end of the year, you don't have a goal, and you're just going through the daily motions and stuff, and you know, like it just becomes so repetitive. And like, because I don't know, personally for me, if there's no ambition or like no objective at the end goal, then I just get so bored and there's no reason why I'm going to do this. But with this, you know, I've got a reason. I want to be the best performer, not just in the company, but just that I can be, because I've had that experience, slightly dipped into my toes, I guess, in my last role. I want to do this on a big scale in a big company, and I want to see what opportunities I can get from that, because, you know, in sales, like if you can really be good at it, it's so transferable. You know, I would not feel feared of rejection. I will feel confident in my abilities. I will be able to just go through life to speak to people. I'll be a great listener. I'll be able to communicate my words very clearly. What I've learned so far in the last 3 weeks has been so helpful and so applicable to starting a new business, because I know what kind of customers to look out for, you know, how tailored you should be, what kind of approaches. Now, I haven't practiced it, which is another story. So that's what I'm going to try. And then eventually when I become a deal closer, that is actually, I think, the most valuable thing, because then you know how to really talk to your customers. I'm excited. Am I tired? I'm actually not tired. I just feel like this is all a game, and I feel like it's fun. You know, that's what I see it as. Like, of course, by the end of the day, I'm a bit tired. I want to go to bed and repeat, but I'm not like tired of it. Like, I'm so passionate about it, and I like it. I can't wait for tomorrow.